It's 4 o'clock. My name's Tony Tiano. I'm the Cdbg grant consultant for the city of Vienna, and I appreciate you coming. We are doing this both live stream and in person. So there's the phone number. If you have any questions or comments, please give us a call, 304-481-6409. And I'm going to hand out some information now to those who are present. If you're watching this online, you can add on the city's website, click on the guidelines for the program and also for the application, and that's what we're going to be discussing today.
I think I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Amy, do you need a copy?
No, I printed one off.
You need a copy where? The purpose of today's hearing is to solicit comments on the, there's one more notes here. On the COVID-19 Cdbg funds. When the CARES Act was signed by President Trump, there was over $5 billion that was allocated to the HUD program. And from that HUD program, some of it went to states, and some of it went to public housing authorities, some of it went to the homeless program, and some of it went to Cdbg entitlements, which is what the city of Vienna is. The city of Vienna received $63,506. Any project that is going to be funded with this program has to meet kind of two requirements. First of all, it has to meet one of the HUD's national objectives, which is either benefiting low and moderate income people, eliminating slum and blight, or address a national emergency. In addition to that, the COVID-19 funds have to be used in some manner to prevent or respond to the COVID-19 problem. In Vienna, we have reviewed the guidelines and decided that we would like to see setting up a small business relief fund program that would help small businesses in Vienna who have been affected by the COVID-19 virus. Maybe it's not really a virus, sorry. Never mind on that, yeah. It will help small businesses who have maybe lost jobs as a result, small businesses who have maybe had to shut down as a result, any type of disruption of services that they may have had. So the goal is to enable these businesses to start up again, retain their employees, with at least 51% of their employees being full-time equivalent low moderate income benefits. Okay? To be considered for a loan, a business must be located within the city of Vienna. As of March the 1st, 2020, it needs to have been in business for at least 1 year. It has to be in good standings with the city in terms of paying their B&O taxes, water bills, whatever bills they have to be in good standing. They must be either a low or moderate income owner or employ at least 51% low and moderate income individuals. They should employ, or they shouldn't, but it's required that they do not have more than 25 employees, and priority will be given to businesses that have 10 or less employees, so that it hopefully will really help the small business that needs help. Every applicant could be received up to $5,000 of working capital, and approved applicants will also be eligible to receive up to $500 per low and moderate income employee to help retain that position. The maximum amount that a loan could be for is $10,000. Now, it's not like anybody who puts in an application is going to be automatically receiving $10,000, but rather the Mid-Ohio Valley Regional Council has agreed to evaluate the applications. If you look at your application, there's a list of information that a small business would need to provide, and from that, the Regional Council will determine the amount of money that should be granted to that business. The big emphasis that HUD has also is that there is to be no duplication of benefits, meaning that if a small business is getting, let's just say, $5,000 from another funding source, then that would be used in their analysis to determine how much money they should receive. So, applicants would need to, the money given to them will be in the form of a grant. However, if after a certain period of time they do not have the number of employees that they said they would hire, and the analysis shows that they just haven't made the efforts to get those employees, then they will have to pay a portion of the money back to the city at a 0% interest rate. The amount will vary based upon the business, based upon the number of employees they said they would hire or retain, and then based upon the number of employees that they actually have. So every project is going to be different. I should say also that the Regional Council has a lot of experience in terms of reviewing loan applications. They do several federal programs, and they agreed to do this for the city free of charge. It also takes any type of politics away from it in terms of somebody coming to the city and applying for the loan. The city will really have no say-so as to who receives the loans or who does not receive the loans. Their only input is going to be, do they pay their taxes and fees or whatever.
Write the check.
Right, yes.
Write the check.
All applications will be done online, and once we're set up and running, there will be a spot on the Regional Council's website where a person could go. And you may have seen in the paper that Parkersburg is operating a program very similar. You would check whether you're in Parkersburg or Vienna, and then the information would drop down from the boxes, and you would complete whatever needed to be done. Initially, we had hoped that, okay, we'll do the public hearing today, we'll go before City Council on Thursday, they will approve it, we'll send it to the HUD office, and we should be up and operating within a week. However, anybody who knows the government knows that, hey, that has turned out to not be that short of a time period, but now they are guessing it will probably be sometime in June by the time all the I's are dotted and T's are crossed and we're able to get started. So that's what we would like to use the funding for. I think it'll be very beneficial to small businesses, and we're here today to solicit any comments from people on that. Also, I should say, keep in mind that What I've handed out to you is the draft application and the draft guidelines. Those may change a little bit as HUD tweaks them a little bit more, as the regional council says, hey, we need to ask for this, that, or the other. But what you have in front of you is the bulk of what the program will be. So are there any questions?
I do have a question.
Okay.
So they must
Hey, Kim.
employ.
I think you have to,
Kim?
can you talk into the mic or they can't hear it on the live stream?
Sure.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm not very camera ready. So they have it as full-time employees. My question about that was, if you have let's say I know that there's a restaurant here in Vienna that's only open for about 24 hours a week, and those employees are full-time in that business, would that be considered a full-time employee under the guidelines here?
They are full-time equivalent employees. And again, with each project, the regional council would have to look at it to see what their hours are, what the hours of the business would be, and make the determination.
So it's a relationship between if that business is only open for 24 hours a week and you have an employee that probably works all of those hours, they would be considered a full-time employee even though they're not necessarily working 40 hours a week.
Well, I don't necessarily want to say yes or no. It's
Right,
not my
sure.
call to make, but they will look at each application on an individual basis.
Okay. I think the program is great, actually. I hope that people are able to take advantage of it, so.
And like I said, we lowered the amount for Vienna to $10,000 just because we're only receiving $63,000 compared to Parkersburg that's at $500,000, so they're able to give out much more money, but we were hoping to be able to serve more businesses this way.
Well, and the emphasis on smaller businesses, 10 or fewer employees, is a really good thing because, a lot of times you may have businesses that have an operation here in Vienna, but they also have the same operation in Parkersburg and
Right.
wherever, for example, fast food places. And obviously they would meet the requirements as far as low to moderate income. But that's really good that it's, set at a lower level.
We're hoping, yes. Again, like I said, we were hoping that it would be up and running in a week, but the need will probably still be there in
Sure.
June, I'm guessing, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So Kim, what is your suggestion on the full-time?
Oh, I would hate to see, what I'm thinking about is she's here in the room today. I would hate to see that somebody like that who is, has hours of operation of, 24, 25 hours a week, that those employees that she would not be eligible under the plan. So it seems like that would be evaluated and she would be potentially eligible. So I think that's great. I know not all businesses, you have restaurants and coffee shops and stuff that are only open at certain periods of time that you don't necessarily get, all those hours in. So that's good.
Okay, thank you.
No, it's a good plan.
Thank you. Again, if anybody's watching online and you have a question, it's 304-481-6409. Or if anybody here has any questions.
So this will go on the regional council's website when it's returned from the federal government?
Once HUD has given us all their blessings, then yes, it will go on the regional council's website. And like I said, they've had experience with doing much bigger loan programs than this, and they volunteered to do it for Vienna free of charge, so that helped out quite a bit. They're also doing the city of Parkersburg's. And for the most part, the only time we will see one is if, they send an email and say, hey, give such and such a loan, and we here, I said, in Vienna, will do the actual drawdown of the funds and issue the checks, but yes, we won't really be involved with the decision making. Sure.
I just wanted to ask, in regards to the application, you had stated that it would be on the site for the.
On the Middle Valley Regional
Right,
website, yes.
So they just need to watch for it, or is there going to be notifications somewhere, or how are they going to be informed that that application is available for them to get and fill out?
Once we have all the approvals by HUD, I'm sure the mayor will be glad to do a press release or, talk to the media or whatever, and also put it on the city's website that, hey, if you're interested, here's the link to the regional council.
Okay, that's a good thing to know, but I think this is a really good thing for the businesses and what they've been through and everything, so I really think it's a great thing.
Well, thank you. Any other questions? If- Pardon me?
You wanna stop this?
Yeah, if not, we'll declare this public hearing closed. For those of you who wish to stay, we have another one at 4:30.